and welcome to what should be the last episode of the Citroen C4 Splendid hotel build. It is coming along very nicely. You can see it's all now put together. It's just decals to do and the edge highlighting for these raised panel lines here, which I've decided to do in paint instead of using the decal, just because I want to kind of try and prevent some silver and stuff. So yeah, that's all that's been done today. The only decals are the crest for the hotel after the panel work has been done. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this build so far, and let's just hope we get it finished today. So for some reason my YouTube is telling me I am not live. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's have a look. Where is that link? There it is. Apologise if you can hear the clicking. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Who did we have in? So Doug was first. He says, good morning, Tiffany and everyone. And then we had Jodie in. So hello, Doug and Jodie. And we had Kwano in. He says, hi all. And Bob says, good evening all. I am prepared with lemon buns, but this time they are from Ulster and have sultanas too. And no, I don't mean they were baked by the wife of a sultan. I've munched on a few Rebels. They've now been put aside, so I don't eat them all. And we have David Markey, and he says, hi Tiffany, evening folks, and hello to everyone. And we have Matthew Ward in, he says, hello Tiff and gang. Hello Matthew. Dorkasaurus is in, he says, hello Tiff and everyone in Chatland. Hello Dorka. Who else do we have in? We have Darren. Good evening everyone. Good evening Darren, it's nice to see you back. You've been missing for a few weeks. Busy. Everyone's just saying hello. We have Stephen Haynes in. He says, hi Tiff and Willow. Willow is asleep. About bloody time. Jodie's back. He says, good afternoon, everyone. Everyone is saying hello to each other. There is the StreamYard link if anyone would like to join me. I'm just going to switch account here so I can pin it. Pause. There we go. Where is that link gone? Pin message. There we go. Switch back. So I have reached 205 subscribers on this channel now, which is amazing. It's the only the other day I hit 200. Jameson, highly suspicious collection of suspects here. Already eaten all the Tim Tams. You could have saved us a few. He says hello and greetings to all. Stu Spruzen says hi Tiff and everyone else. Good evening, Stu. Doug says your taxi looks excellent, Tiff. Thank you very much. Dorcas says I'll be back momentarily. I have to go put barbecue sauce on the ribs. Oh, save me a few. Send them over. I've just got people saying hello to each other again. Right, so I have a choice of two yellows. I have the Avalon Sunset from Citadel, or I have Deep Yellow from Vallejo. Now I'll show you this. I'll show you the decals, so you can see the colour yellow it's supposed to be. If you can actually see, I don't know how well you will see this. See, it's quite a pale, bright yellow colour, but I'm kind of going to let you guys decide. So I will be using like it's these outlines that I won't be using. I'm going to paint them on. I've just realised I've got a little decal up here I need to put on. And I'll be cutting around these crests to put on. And then it's a choice of which registration plate do I want to use? It's a shame none of them say 69. But I'm tempted to go for this one because it does say the year it was. So 1928. 1928. So I'm tempted for that one. Let me just... So, Jodie is saying, that's great. We like what you're doing. Yeah, it's been enjoyable. So, yeah, which yellow? The deeper or the Citadel or the Vallejo? I'll let you guys choose. Jim is saying, Tiff, there is another packet. Leave them for later. Doug is saying, throw that Vallejo out. No, most of my paints are Vallejo. Most of my paints are Vallejo. Jim is saying, what? I might bid on the second packet then. Rich is in, he says, hi Tiff. Hello Rich. Bob says, Tiff, pinstriping is usually done in either gold paint or for really upmarket stuff, gold leaf. Oh, what gold do I have? Don't know. We don't really have very many golds. I think the only... I don't have any Vallejo gold, that's for sure. And I think the only Tamiya one is titanium. Oh no, I've got this one. I actually have a... Okay, so I've got Retribute Rama from Citadel, or I have Gold Leaf from Tamiya. I could do it in one of those. So, which ones? Yellows or golds? Which one? We've got quite a deep yellow, a deep gold there, a bright gold. Let's have a look. Matthew is saying Vallejo. David is saying, do you have gold? Again, Citadel and Tamiya are the two golds I have. That one's like it looks a lot different. It's quite a deep gold for the Citadel. Adam is saying, hello loves. Hello Adam. Welcome in. Jameson, Tiff, shiny brass will do. Yeah, and Bob was there. So Matthew is saying Tamiya. So the Tamiya gold. The only brass I have is the Rune Lord brass, which I've been using on my little steampunky dwarf guys that I've been building on. I've been painting on Terry's channel. They've been put away, so I kind of get them out at the moment. Bobby said the Tamiya is nearer to real gold. Ow. So we have two for the Tamiya at 3. He says Matthew is saying Tamiya gold leaf used today on the Honda RA272. Cool. I'll go for the Tamiya golden. Give that a mixy mix. Jim was saying, Bobby, you are alive. Yeah, David's saying Tamiya as well. Tamiya it is then. I'll put that one back and that one. I can't get to that point yet. Jodie is saying, what about some nail polish? Any brass? No, unfortunately, all my nail polishes are very dark colours. This having, I think it's all chipped and stuff now, but this having a bit of gold in it is probably the brightest I've got. It's all like dark purples, blood reds, blacks. Jodie says you can thin it down and it works great. Yeah. And we have KRD speed shopping. Good morning all. Hello, I think it's Jason. I'm still trying to remember your guys' names. There's so many of you. But he says good morning all. Good evening. As it is from me. Right. Yes, Jason. I was right. Woohoo! Yeah, right. Don't forget, folks, the StreamYard link has been posted and pinned if anyone would like to join. I need my water. Go with my pins. Oh, there we go. Just squeeze a little in that. Everyone's saying hello to Jason. Bob is saying, GM, yup, with a sore throat. More shouting at CNC. I changed the... ow. Sorry, that was my ankle. I changed the compensation, then promptly overwrote it with the previous versions. Idiots are me. David is saying, give me a few minutes. No worries. Jodie is saying, I hope you all hit that like button. It's really fun. Yeah, we actually have had about 8 or so likes before the stream even started. Jason saying hello to Darren. I do apologise for that. My ankle cracked really badly there. Right, let's see then. May need to go over this more than once, but hopefully not. Grab the instructions so I can see where I'm painting. Stu says his thumb is up. Thank you very much. Just helps the algorithm and helps me reach more people. Right. Instructions. Pop them there. I'm going to start with these front doors. I should have done this before I actually... that's flat. Oh, I might actually have to do that properly. And just use the full decals. It's going to look very different from this, but it is what it is. I heard Jameis and Tiff and Bobby are beating themselves up, getting worried now. No, it's the hypermobility, dude. It, like, if I don't sort of like use a joint for a little while, it seizes up. So because I haven't walked around for a little bit, been sat at my desk for since about 7:15, maybe, and haven't walked around, my ankle seized up. Media assets. I'll pop some music on in the background for a little bit. And super close. So that I'm going to have to figure out where to sort of draw the box on here, because those square ones with the crest in, they go onto these doors. I don't really want it looking out of place. So I may possibly just forego the box altogether on the front and just put the rest on. And when I was saying, I haven't used my brain joints in decades. Some things may have seized up. See markers for that. And we have David. For some reason, it's not on screen. There we go. Hello, David. How are you doing?
Let's take that. Let's take that off. Right. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Sore.
What you been up to?
I had a 55-inch TV delivered yesterday. I think it's a bit too big. I didn't have anything to put it on, such a wide space in for the legs. So went to a recycle place. I managed to find a nice solid wood coffee table. Weighs a ton. So I managed to get that in and put that down because of my elbow. I'm feeling the pain for it today.
Yeah. Be careful with those things.
So, lifting too much.
Yeah. See, mine's on a glass coffee table, but I'm getting rid of the glass coffee table. Because I have there's in the house, like my nana's house, there's a cubby built into the wall for the TV to go into.
Mm.
And it fits up to an 80-inch TV. That's the way my uncle built it. So there's plenty of space. I only have a 55-inch TV myself. So what are you working on, David?
Well, this is where everybody else can start racking their brains if they got them. So which of these two can I butcher? Yeah, nice.
So we have a Panzerkampfwagen.
Say Panzer and a Tiger.
Yeah, Panzer and a Tiger.
So which I
Gabba kits. There you go, people. You've got something else to decide on now. Panzer or Tiger? And whilst people are typing in chat, let's have a look who else has commented. So Doggosaurus is saying 10 more minutes and ribs will be ready. Ooh. Adam says time to pause the Ferrari and do some SPG. SPG? Where is SPG?
Hello, Lindsay.
Yep, and we have Lindsay, and he says hello everyone. Hello Lindsay, how are you? Connor says I'm not saying I'm jealous of Tiff's nails, but I am hunting for my metallic gold Gundam marker pens. You know, I've had a few comments on my nails now. James saying, Quado man, you are a worry. Quado.
Yes.
I'm not even going to read that one. Hazel sent me off like I was on bloody Marcus's last night. There we go. Matthew says tiger, Stu says tiger, Darren says tiger, Docosaurus says tiger.
Alright. Tiger it is then.
Literally everyone is saying tiger. Gemma saying David has turned heavy metal grey. Now really worried. Now really worried. And Adam says clearly you should do both and swap the turrets about. And SPG is self-propelled gun. Ah, fair enough. Well, if you feel up to it, Adam, the link is there for you to join if if you want to. We need to start getting you streaming on your own channel and all. I know you kind of like had to cancel a little bit because your dad wasn't very well, but it would be nice to see you on some content on that channel. It's like the little shorts that you put up on Facebook every now and then. You upload them as shorts onto your YouTube as well. Because I've seen not a lot of people are on Instagram or Facebook. Bob is saying, is Tiff going to have wiggly pinstripes? I think I'm doing an okay job, actually. I've got a couple of little bits to top up, to clear up on the red, but it's going okay. Lizzie says, I'm okay. Just spent 2 days of stock racing with family. Jim was saying, I didn't see last night's stream, Tiff, but it does sound like I missed something big. I was literally in tears laughing.
Yes, it's interesting. That shows needs a health warning.
Yeah.
Hey, right, where's the Sunday first?
Yeah, Marcus's shows are always good fun. I apologise for that noise outside. Some idiot is on a dirt bike or a motorbike or something. Yeah, no, I've noticed with Tamiya paints I've got to sort of like clean my brush a bit more often and whatnot, because it dries on the paintbrush really quickly, because it is a little bit warm again today. But other than that,
the moment is 21C down here.
it's going on really nicely. Bob says all that giggliness will produce wobbly lines, don't you know? And it says, I've took a bunch of the desk down while I reorganise some stuff. Space is getting damn limited now and I'm struggling to get to stuff because of other stuff. It just takes a while since everything is under the bed in the ottoman. Oh, God. James says, we've been drinking, so all the wobbly lines are straight. Adam says, and this is why I'm purposely moving into a 2-bed, so I can turn one into a hobby room. Yeah, I mean, originally my spare room was going to be my hobby room, and then I realised I would have had to put like a 20-metre rod Ethernet cable, and I couldn't be bothered with that. So I have stuff stored in there. The craft stuff stored in there. My chest freezer is also in there. Stuff that I've already packed into boxes ready to go over in the next van are in there. It's just a big storeroom.
It's not big enough, Adam. You need at least 3 to 4 bedrooms. I got a 2-bedroom house and I can hardly walk into the front bedroom. So much boxes in there.
Yeah, but every time we see you, David, you've bought new models.
I haven't bought any models for the last 2 weeks. Bought other things, but.
And how long ago did you buy that Tiger and...
Last year, I think I got these two.
so you've pulled them out of the stash then?
Yeah.
That's the thing, you build one, but you build one or two and then you just end up buying more to replace. We have Princess Pointy Panties. Hello,
Well
Dan.
done.
Hello. How'd you know it was me? I didn't
Because you've
even put
got
my name.
the forbidden stuff up on screen. Well, the forbidden stuff in Sarah Jane's case, anyway.
Oh,
You
so
can
not-
mention it on here.
Not my secret agent name. Triple P.
Oh, everyone knows who you are, Dan.
Yeah, even if they wish they didn't.
You still working on your enterprise? Is it the Enterprise?
Well, I'm not sure if it's an enterprise or just hang on, I'm on the wrong bloody screen now. I've got these two screens and it confuses the crap out of me.
I remember you saying.
Yeah, so I've got the full evolution, including my interpretation of what Doug Drexler had said.
Mm.
So, you know, after the stream, or yesterday,
Yeah.
probably yesterday, I was going to work on it for a little bit longer and then go and, flirt with Marcus because he really needs me to flirt with him.
Yeah, we were wondering where you were, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of working on it for a little bit, and then I thought, oh, I'm starting to feel a bit tired, but I've made a lot of progress. Time to go and, molest Marcus's nipples. And then I looked at the clock and realised, shit, it's 4 a.m. Oops.
Well, you missed a good stream, Dan.
Oh dear.
You really did. It was funny. Let's have a look. Bob is saying, I agree with David's 21C outside. Somewhat warmer inside. Yeah. And Jodie is saying, ooh, what have we here?
Ah.
Now, Jodie likes building things like this.
I'm eventually planning on converting it once I've finished, figuring out details and stuff on my custom starship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning on converting it into, like 3D printable model kit that I can put lighting in, same as I've done with, so it'd be in scale with the other, the physical models that I've been making.
Yep.
So, yeah, I've done a whole ton of work on it during last night.
Yeah, well, one of the guys that are on the HTM USA stream is building a 1/650 scale Enterprise.
Cool.
Which has been 3D printed in. Honestly, it looks like it's like a meter long or so. It's massive.
650. I think the Constitution class Enterprise, I'm pretty sure I've done a 650 version of it, but it were a few years ago when I was still, figuring out painting.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time that I made it, I thought it was bloody brilliant because I've got an Enterprise, but then I've reached the point, my skill set's developed a bit since then. So I now look at it a bit more snobby and say, past Dan, you were shit. We can do better, But if I can't criticise me, you can.
Yeah. Right. Let's have a look. Doug is saying, oh shit, time to mute the stream. Bob is saying 3 bedrooms here. One actually has a bed in it. The other 2 are for plastic mangling and RC rubbish. Adam said, David, I've thought this through. The plan is to get a slightly older flat style with the old boiler rooms that are now basically just massive free storage rooms now. Not a bad idea. And up in Scotland, you'll have a few of those. Darren saying it's not David we need to worry about buying things, it's Bob we need to worry about.
Yeah.
Three Spikes is in. This hello everyone. Hello Three
That's
Spikes.
Jeff.
Jeff.
He's got a nice rail layout.
Cool.
And he does wood turning as well.
Oh, cool. Jameson, we have 4 apartments, each with 5 large bedrooms, all full of kits, books, tools, and 2 cats and a dog. I don't care about the dog. Oh, a dog. Bob says, I protest, I've been good. Not bought anything for a week. Please, withdrawal symptoms. And Jodie is saying, I wish I could do a computer design like that. I design unique starships, but I can only draw. I want to make 3D models for building. That's the thing, there are apps out there that you can put like a drawing image into and it creates it for you.
Yeah, you get weird artifacts from those kind of programs, though.
Yeah. Jameson, Bobby, stand by for Nippon invasion. Okay. And Jodie is saying, I really like the in between one. Which one's that?
Is that like Piggy in the middle?
Yeah. He likes the in between one.
I'm guessing he kind of likes mine.
Yeah.
You got NX refit down at bottom here. My custom in betweeny one, and then the Constitution class. And then I've also found a new way to tease Revo, who is not here, so I can probably get away with it. But you had, if you remember back in the day, you had the NX01 were part of the NX program because they wanted to get somewhere halfway between what were in Star Trek and what NASA terminology. So NX program, once they'd got past the point where birth of the Federation, that's somewhere after the creation of the NX01 refit, they discontinued the NX program, that reached an end, but then the first ship of a new design would have a registration that would start with NX. Every ship that looked like it, that came off the production line after that of the same design would have the letters NCC. So if I can get my eyes to focus enough, I've actually come up with names for my custom ship. So let's see, I'll go like that. So yeah, I figure it's because it's this ship would be designed after the birth of the Federation. It'd have the USS. It's my design, so I get to call it Daniels, as in Daniels design. And because it's the first shipping line, you have NX. I've decided it's the 68th ship because the number in the registration is how many ships Starfleet has built. So when you get to, like the USS Enterprise NCC 1701, the Federation has built 1,070 ships. That's the 1,070th ship. But then I figure if this is the NX version of that ship design, the next ship design would be And let's see how long it takes for Revo to realise why he should roll his eyes at that one. So it's a Daniels class, USS Revo, NCC, and my favourite number ever.
To be fair, it is one of my favourite numbers too. Right, let's have a look. Good comments. Adam was saying, Bob, I'm going to get you a coin like an AA, 1 week clean from the buying. Adam is saying that I live in a 4-bedroom house, but I've got 5 kids still living at home. Jeez. Darren's laughing at Bob. Jodie is saying yes, the custom one. Doug is saying NX series, where our first interstellar warp capable ship. Jodie is saying those AI apps don't give you what you want. Also, they want money. Yeah. Bob is saying when I say not bought anything, I mean kits and accessories. Blew 175 quid on spirits Friday. Oh, and birthday cakes. Jesus Christ. Doug is saying the Vulcans held us back because we are savages. Jodie says I've done 3 different custom versions of the NX model so far. Love that ship. And he says the NX Miranda, NX Nebula, and the NX Enterprise refit or refit. I'm trying
to get the impulse engines, those that they somewhere in the realm of, the Enterprise B, but sort of looking at the, when clocks went from being back in the 80s, when you went from analog clocks that were round or roundish to digital clocks. My interpretation of that was, instead of having these really rounded off impulse engines that are on pontoons, square it all off, because it's kind of like the the Excelsior class.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of like the idea of 3 shuttle bays. So a big one in between the 2 impulse engines that's for shuttlecraft, which were, like original series, the Galileo from the original series.
Not really, because I never really watched any of them.
Oh, heathen!
It's not my kind of thing. Everyone has the different favorite genres of things they watch, and it's just not mine.
I'm Captain Nerdy Knickers. Oh no. Plus I saw Dax in a bathing suit. I'm also Captain Innocent-ish.
Yeah. Jodie's saying, hey, pointy panties, can you please be louder? I can hear you, Dan.
Sure I can!
Just bring your mic a bit closer. I don't know whether... Oh, hang on, I can automatically adjust the mic volume. See if that does anything.
I don't know. Possibly.
GM is saying, but Star Trek isn't real. You've been lied to by Hollywood. Oh dear.
I know it's not real. It's still fun. And they still have spandex costumes for 7 of mine.
You and your obsession with spandex.
Yeah, well, still working on getting Marcus into some, but don't tell him because he'll.
No, don't worry. He very rarely watches my stream.
Hello, Marcus.
See, you should be saying to him, you need to watch. He needs to watch your stream because that's the best place for him to get the heads up on my naughty plans. That may not involve his buttocks.
It's alright. Oh, Revo's in. He says hi all.
Hello, Revo. Promise I didn't do nothing naughty.
And Jodie said, I can't believe how often I have to remind people of that Star Trek isn't real, or that people need to be louder. Because trust me, Dan does not need to be louder.
No, I need to be more sneaky like a ninja.
There are little bits of red I'm going to have to kind of top up on this, but not much.
Yeah, I'm now waiting to see how long it takes Revo to realise I named a ship after him.
Well, he knows now. Revo says, oh God, what have I walked in on? Jeff says, you'd love our TV network wardrobe then. Bob says, right, I've got a bottle of bourbon ready to try. Parametric card for weapon of mass amusement deactivation arms. Okay. Jodie said, I get comments on my videos like Starfleet never made a ship like that, or that's not canon. Yeah, ignore them. It's a comment. It means interacting with your channel gets your views up, helps the algorithm. Bob says, bad news, due to inflation there are no more ninjas, they are now tenjas. Revo says, lol, I just seen it, nice one, Dan. Yeah.
So, I'm going to become, once I've finished adding in all the details, I'm going to convert this into 3D printable, like
file
ship that I can light up, and that's its official name by order of Admiral James T. Kirk. Who says Star Trek's not real?
Thing is, if you make it into a 3D file, I get this kind of thing. Jodie would probably like it, like a thingy of the file. If he likes the way you've designed it.
I'm trying to get, where it's getting closer to, in the evolution of the ships, it's getting closer to the Constitution class design, but also incorporates elements of what you'd see in later designs. And the Enterprise D, it has, on back of the saucer section, it has its main shuttle bay, and then down on the neck it has two more shuttle bays. So rather than having them, like on the back end.
You can swear on it, you know that, right?
Well, that's a good job, because if swearing the day that YouTube started that rule of monetized channels can't do swearing and stuff.
They can, but you have to wait until after the first 30 seconds.
But when they first brought it out, they were trying to ban all swearing initially, and got a massive backlash and changed their mind. But the day that they'd released that rule was the same day that I released the first video where I actually talked to a camera. My first words spoken to the camera were, Fuck me, it stinks of cow shit up here. It didn't go down well. We do. Just to put it in context, I was out in the countryside at the top of a hill, middle of summer when they'd just been doing muck spreading on back of a motorbike. So, you know, I'm not just sniffing cows' bombs. Just
Yeah. Right.
you know, somebody somewhere is going to think, yeah, it's Dan. He's just gone round sniffing cows' bombs. I should shut up now. Where's Revo in his little note with the "shut the fuck up, Dan"?
I'm sure he'll type it into chat. Let's have a look.
Too
We do
late.
chat to go. Joe is in. He says, "Settle down, Revo, Mr. Markey." Yes, I'm late. It's all about you, Sissy B. Love you guys. I'm hungry. Wife made chicken palm. Hello, Joe. Welcome in. Jodie is saying it's my model of a fictional spaceship. It's not like I'm violating history. No, exactly. Revo says, but it's 78, not 69. James says, rows and rows of costumes of all your favourite actors. No Star Trek. Jodie is asking if you can design 3D models from drawings. Dan?
Yeah. If I've got, if it's got 3 dimensions, you know, like height, width, depth, then all I need is, you know, like they do on blueprints, where it's front view, back view, top view, and one from underside. Whereas the ship I've built has been more, you know, like freehand, just going off an image in my head.
Yeah.
And
There
considering I'm going off images in my head, I'm surprised that it didn't end up with a set of boobs.
Yeah. There you go. So I have a channel email, Jodie. It's on my profile thing for this Dark Side Scale modeling channel. If you send me an email through that, I have Dan's email address.
Well, yeah, feel free to pass my email address forward.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say I could pass over the pictures, but the drawings and stuff, but I can send over your email address, yeah?
Yeah, if you just anyone who has Trek in the screen name, you know, and that logo, golden god, bring it on. You know.
Stu's saying the best answer you can give to anyone that criticizes the accuracy of your model is the real one wasn't made of styrene either. Usually works. Yeah. Jodie saying it's very close to my NX refit. I chopped off the pontoons and made new solid nacelle struts just like that.
Yeah, so I wanted to get the on the nacelle struts. I wanted them to be somewhere close to the Enterprise refit that were introduced in Star Trek: The Motion Picture, 1979. Good year. Good vintage of people were created that year. Not that I'm saying I was born that year. Much. But I need to add in a bit of kibble to that. Because at the minute it's just, you know, like straight flat pylons.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need to strengthening really.
You
Be
still
a
have
bit flexible.
pitch.
Needs a bit more, you know, like details in there.
That's a little bit thicker, just in case they could become very flimsy.
Yeah, I'm intentionally keeping them looking flimsy because that's what were in the original series Enterprise, where they'd made them look thin and flimsy for the specific purpose of instilling the idea of it could only have been built in space. If you built it, in in Earth's atmosphere, the weight of the saucer section would snap that neck. That's from left to right. The neck that goes between the saucer section and the secondary hull or engineering hull is about its width is equal to front bumper to back on a VW Beetle ish. So it's really, really thin, specifically to get that idea of it's in space, there is no gravity.
Yeah.
Which, everyone picks it apart, but then, for it's too thin and flimsy, you shoot it, it's going to smash instantly. But then the entire point is that the shields that were instituted with the NX refit are strong enough to withstand a lot of kicking.
Right, I have more comments to get through. Hang on.
And is it too late for me to say I am not a nerd? Because I'm feeling like I might have outed myself on that front already.
Yeah, just a little bit too late, Dan. Right. Joe saying, let me like real fast before Bob changes my mind. Jim is saying, swearing Klingon. And Baby Cakes is saying, she says, moo and banana. Hello, Baby Cakes.
Banana!
Revo says, shut the fuck up, Dan.
Oh, banana.
Bob says, Joe, what have I done? Like, really, what? Everyone is saying hello to Baby Cakes. Doug is saying, Jodie, like I always say, fuck the river counters. Your work is amazing, buddy. Canon is for geeks. Yeah, there we go. And Baby Cakes is saying hi again. Revo is saying, USS Revo, to boldly go and get a voice. Jack is awesome, good. Adam is saying, river counters are my favourite because it's ironic. Rivets at that scale wouldn't even be visible on most subjects.
I'm pretty sure when Revo gets a voice, it's going to sound like Pee Wee Herman.
Jim is saying, because we're discussing clothing costumes, may need your diamond dots. And Bob is saying, oh, have I just realised that Joe has got his beast and possibly words from Jim? Dave is saying, I bet Marcus hasn't got a ship named after him. Bob is saying, can I show my ignorance and ask, didn't they call the neck the pylon?
Probably.
I don't know. Jim is saying, Revo, Marcus has PE named after him. And TBG is there and he says, hi everyone. Hello, TBG.
Hello, James.
And speak of the devil. Marcus.
Ooh, it's Captain Sexy.
Hello, Marcus.
He says, evening tip, Carol and chat. And a preemptive pineapple, pineapple, pineapple. As long as it's not upside down. Baby Cakes is laughing. Jodie says, thanks, Doug. Revo says, I would give Dan my email to send me pics of that ship, but I know Dan, he would send what kind of pictures Dan would actually send. And everyone's just saying hi to Marcus and others. Yeah. Everyone's just saying hello to each other at the moment.
I could try to bribe Revo into giving me his email address. I have naked pictures of 7 of 9. You know.
It's not. Why do I get the feeling that it's just you dressed up as 7 and 9?
Shut up! You were in my plan! I look gorgeous in high heels.
Oh, God, my lungs still have not recovered from yesterday.
Sorry, did I overreact then?
Oh dear.
Oh, and just for the record, I'm not sober today. I feel so much more normal now.
But you know the difference?
Yeah, there's this weird achy thing happens in my head when I'm not. What's the opposite of sober? I've forgotten now. Oh dear.
Liquidated.
Whilst I was designing the USS Revo, that's its official name now, forever and a day. I was kind of debaterizing, do I want to get, the beveled edge on the top and bottom of the edge bit that the Constitution class has, or should I make it rimmed for his pleasure? And I went for rimmed.
I'm sure Revo would like that.
I'll let you know after our first romantic date.
Yeah, you're going to make Marcus jealous.
Well, that's kind of the plan. He gets jealous. He says, "Where's my first romantic date?" And I say, "Shabow wow, chaka chaka."
Jesus, the comments have exploded. Oh, Jesus. Right. Everyone's saying hello. TVG says PE, Marcus Metal or Pineapple Etch? Bob is saying embarrassing. Actually bought pineapple bourbon liqueur. Ooh. Doug is saying I've got naked pictures of your mum, Dan.
Oh, you sicko! Jesus Christ, that's got to be like beach whale. Oh, I'm actually gipping now.
Revo says hell no, 7 of Dan. Oh God.
I had a blonde wig and everything. With pigtails for him to hold on to.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Doug is saying blackmail fodder, see? Marcus is saying, oh my God, Revo, some things are best kept in your head. Jem is saying, where is that little guy dressed as Batman? Yeah, Revo saying, oh, sorry Marcus, did I say that out loud? Jodie's wondering what program you're using, Dan.
It's Blender, latest version, can't remember the number. But I've been using it since Blender first started, so it's like I've quite literally forgotten more than most people would know about this program. And then they went and changed the entire user interface just to piss me off, I'm sure of it. Which meant that I couldn't find half of the stuff and things.
Yeah. There you go. Linda. TVG says Revo will have the voice of James L. Jones. Revo is again saying, shut the fuck up, Dan.
Oh, Revo with the voice of James Earl Jones on our first sexy time, and he goes, "Who's your daddy?" "I am your father."
That was pretty creepy as fuck.
Yeah, but I'd still go there.
Jodie's complimenting the stripes on the car so far. Yeah, they're coming along nicely. I'm on the other side now. So there's one side done. I need to tidy it up a little bit.
That's all right.
I've already started on the other side. Revo saying lol. Marcus says your fantasies, Revo. Oh my. If you're around, Marcus, the link is there pinned. Takes is laughing. Bob says beveled edge. Got to do that on my 1-to-1 skill Dalek. Practice runs have not been encouraging. Yeah. Joe's saying Bob, Jim mailed my beast a couple of days ago. I believe it should be here tomorrow or Tuesday. Can't wait. P.S. The chicken palm is delicious. Revo says hi Joe, welcome to the madhouse. Jodie is saying, I tried Blender. I couldn't wrap my head around it. Far too complicated for me. I'm a pencil and paper guy. GM says, Tiff, this is weird now. This is just Dan. This is the way Dan always has been and always will be.
Yeah.
Revo says, oh my fucking god, I'm out.
I choose to believe that he accidentally forgot to type the other half of his message. He meant to say, "Oh my god, I'm out to buy a Darth Vader mask. Be round at yours in 5, Dan."
Somehow I don't think that was the case. TBG saying Dan has Daddy Revo Marcus issues. And Jeff was back.
I have many, many issues. Most of them get resolved with a pack of tissues.
Take that back up. Oh, yeah.
But separately to building this custom starship, I'm also thinking of sitting down and writing a full, like bio for the ship's captain and, who crews it. I'm thinking, captain. The captain should be Captain Marcus. Possibly pronounced Captain M. Oh, I forgot his last name again. Shit. This whiskey's doing wonders for my brain.
It's probably best not to say Marcus's full name on live stream anyway.
Sexy Santa. That's his real name, Marcus is just his stage name. His real name's Sexy Santa with a 12-inch ding dong. See, that's the point where he becomes conflicted over whether to say "shut up, Dan" or just sort of nod and agree.
Yeah, actually, speaking of sort of like real names and like Facebook and stuff like that, if I don't know you personally, like I've never spoken to you or anything like that, please do not add my personal Facebook. That is kept for mainly friends. Like, if I know you, if I've spoken to you, if I've been on a live stream with you, then yes, fair enough. But if you're part of a modelling group that I just so happen to be part of, I don't want people like that on my Facebook. If I don't know you, I've never spoken to you, you're just part of a random group. Then yeah. I've had a lot of requests like that in the last week.
Yeah, so I don't like Facebook. I don't go on there.
I used to use it mainly just for sort of speaking to family, because I've got family like down south that I don't speak to them very often, so I use it to sort of see life updates and stuff like that. And I use it for like modelling groups, and obviously I have my channel Facebook page, but other than that I just don't really use it.
I can't use Facebook anymore for totally random, unexplained reason. They suddenly blocked me.
What did you do?
I don't know. I was just, the Facebook equivalent of retweeting videos that I found funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I was doing, and occasionally, once every now and then, I'd send, pictures to Marcus of Ewoks, because I know he loves them. And that were about it.
Very strange.
Yeah, I know I am, but what about this Facebook thing? It's weird. Oh, wait, no, you meant... no, now.
Right, I have a lot of comments to get through, hang on. Doug is saying, question for armor builders. Did King Tiger tanks have rubber on the wheels, or did they run bare steel? No. Question for you armor modelers out there. I have no idea, because I don't build armor. I have a Stuart tank, but that's about it.
I think Panzer's the one to ask for that, sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sure I remember him saying that King Tigers were bare metal, and it were a different one that had the rubberized stuff.
Revo says, someone help me.
I'll help you, Revo.
Marcus says, what do you want about, Quano?
Screwed if I know. I can't remember past 2 minutes.
Darren is saying bear, I think, Doug.
Well, I'm always saying, when in doubt, doff off and go bear.
Jody is saying Captain Spack Jarrow. Sounds like alien. Sounds alien. Andorian, maybe. Marcus says, not conflicted at all, Quano. Shut the fuck up. James says, I'll introduce Dan to the bright coloured flag people in Sydney. New Year's Eve every day. Super Spicy saying I should join you. Marcus is saying, well said, Tiff. Doug is saying, I'm thinking it must have been Darren, so much weight. Yeah. Adam says, you can add me and I'll send feet pics for £10 per toe and £20 extra for ankles. It's a good way to make money. I have been thinking about getting like, is it Ko-fi or some stuff like that, just to help me with my modelling a little bit. But I don't know. I don't really like asking people for money. I mean, like, every time Bob sends me something, and Adam as well, I've offered to pay postage and they keep saying no. Adam says, anything else you can feck off. Jody says, I better start getting ready for the HDM group stream. Nice work, everyone, and probably David, I can't tell. Have a great stream, you wonderful bags of mostly water.
Well, getting the
turret.
sorry,
Yeah.
it's a bit confusing.
Yeah, they'd asked about it before, after a stream, because you don't show what, like, you bench at all.
No, I got to get a rig out so I can have the camera downwards. Mind you, I only got a small area.
Yeah.
That practically fills it.
Oh, that is adorable. That is adorable. Oh, my word. Jameson, avoid fast book, bad news. Darren's laughing at Adam. Joe says, Adam, as far as your feet thing, if I send you a cowboy hat, can you place it next to your feet? I'm a great tipper. Oh, Jesus. Adam says, Tiger 2s were all steel exterior with internal rubber damping. Rubber was getting a bit short too, due to do the full outer rim, so it was steel on steel. Okay. Matthew's saying tracks were steel with rubber on wheels, and Doug saying, okay, which is it? Those answers conflict.
I suppose it depends on which periods of the war. I was thinking at the beginning there's plenty, and the end of the war there's none.
Yeah.
That's because they kept trying to do handbrake turns in tank. Which I've actually taken a driving test for a tank, you know, because I heard it were cheaper than buying a car. But you get told off big time for trying to do an handbrake turn in a tank.
I can't imagine buying a tank would be cheaper than buying a car.
Yeah, if you're buying a surplus military vehicle, and then because it's a tank, and the chances of vehicle damage being so drastically reduced, the insurance, it's way cheaper if you're more likely to crush the other car that crashes into you.
Yeah, your third party though will be fucking ridiculously expensive.
You wouldn't have any problems parking, just park it on top of the other cars.
Yeah. We've got second lot of lines done on that one. Yeah, it just needs a little bit of a clean up, but done nicely.
Oh dear. Yeah. Looks nice.
My lovely bourbon drinky winky has made it so that I can't focus properly on any of the words in chat.
Which is why I'm reading them out, Dan.
Oh, you're a lifesaver. How did you know that I was so pissed I can't read chat, though?
Because you just said. But I always read out chat anyway. Adam's popped a link in, and he says that's a Tiger 2 wheel. Early and mid Tiger 1s had rubber wheels until late war due to rubber shortages. There we go. Darren saying basically depends what was available, but mostly steel on steel. Bob is saying drive defensively, buy a tank. Doug says it's an Ardennes tank, so steel it is. Thanks, guys. Revo says, I hope you put a big phaser gun on my ship.
Oh yeah, I've got something good going on the underside.
Yeah.
You remember, if you remember Star Trek the original series, you had just in front of the planetary scanner that's dead center on the underside. Hang on, let's go Control 7. So dead center there, you got the planetary scanner that's basically a jumbo-sized version of that thing that Dr. McCoy would wave over people as he's, scanning them to diagnose whatever illness it is, including Spock not having a brain. I've got this idea in my head that the earlier version had more, because it doesn't really show where the phaser's coming from. It's just, they were like early stages of green screen and all that kind of stuff. So I've added this extra piece just in front of the planetary scanner. And then if I switch over to this one, I'm planning on adding all of this kind of kibble into that little rim job that's under the that's wrong wording, Dan. Shut the fuck up, Dan. But it's the arse end of the Enterprise B, where you got 2 photon torpedoes and then 4 phaser banks. So I'm looking to add something like that into the front, just in front of the saucer section. Anyone wants to see, I've got the full Enterprise B with Aztecing that drove me insane to try and get that Aztecing to actually react to light properly. But I think I got there.
Bob says, keep death off the roads, drive on the pavements.
There's no such thing as pavements. That's cyclist area. You're not allowed to be on there.
I don't think you're allowed to be on proper pathways either in a vehicle. Marcus is saying, Dan's got an idea. Stand back, everyone. Darren says, run. And Revo says, you mean run, everyone.
Yeah, I've basically got the idea of make Revo fire out of his face what, the Enterprise B fires out of its butt. That's a bit of a shit idea if I do say so myself, but it's the best I got. Oh dear.
Okay. I have a message from Jodie on Discord. I just noticed that. I will. This is for you, Dan.
Who do what one?
Let me just share my screen. Something he's built.
Ooh. Nice. What's that? Is
Very nice.
Yeah, you just put a background behind it, but there we go.
his interpretation of what Doug Drexler had said in the interview.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
There we go.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, this is what the HTM USA guys do. They build kits like this and light it all up and sound effects and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
That's good stuff.
Very nice.
So the deflector dish on this version looks very much Enterprise C to me. I'm a Captain Nerdy Knickers that actually looks at this shit.
Okay. Monica saying hi to Adam and Joe Simple. In the early 90s in San Diego, a stolen tank from the National Guard facility in San Diego destroyed cars and buildings. They sent a fighter to destroy it, but a police officer shot him. Jesus.
Now, was that the pilot he shot or the tank driver?
Yeah. Good point. No. Who wasn't? Is that Jodie messaging me again? Yes. Jodie says, we saw that, thanks, we need Dan in our group. Right, after this stream, in fact, I'll put a link to the HTM live streaming now. jump over there, Dan, and have a look at what the guys are doing. If I think it's Andrew, if he's on there, I think you'll like cream your fucking pants. With
I'm very, very sensitive down there, so yeah, I probably will.
With what he's done with his giant, with the Enterprise, you'll love it. Obviously, I seem to recall that being on the news, Joe. Joe says the tank driver, and he says, I wonder if there is a video on it. And then, yeah, there's the link for the live stream.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll put it in the private chat as well, and you can jump over there and check them out. I'm going to say hello in their stream, actually. I tend to jump over there after my stream's finished. So they'll be starting in about 8 minutes. Private chat. I'll pop it in here as well. There we go. I don't think I'm going to get the decals done on this. I might do. There's only the...
Okay, I'm on there. Have the...
Cool.
Just beat me to it.
Yeah, these guys keep me saying it like 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday when I cannot sleep.
That's the only problem. So the American sites with the come on, so late, so tired.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jodie was streaming at about 4 o'clock this morning. I tuned in and fell asleep whilst he was streaming.
That sounds like an interesting stream.
Well, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Fair dues.
Obviously, not sure how much longer I can keep going. Med's kicking. Good night, all. Good night, Bob.
Night, Bob.
Don't you worry
Good
about
night.
it.
Kisses and ta. Would the kisses too much? I think not. And nobody disagreed, so...
I was concentrating on painting a straight line. Revo was saying, be right back, behave, Dan. And everyone's saying good night to Bob.
I always behave.
Well, we know that's bullshit.
Oh, cut them off. Next thing, you're going to be reckoning on that I'm not Captain Innocent.
You're not.
I'm
The things you come out with, there is no way you're innocent.
I didn't come out with it. It was my keyboard made me do it. It's got an error in the spell check.
Yeah, the keyboard only comes out with what you type.
Oh, I don't know about that. That auto carrot keeps crippling my freaking wombat. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. Well, yeah, I had a doozy of a night last night. It were, I had that little bit of a chat with Tiff after the live stream. Carried on with my model for, and then realised shit, it's 4 a.m. So I thought, yeah, I better go to bed and do that boring thing that makes me sleepy. And then at about 9 o'clock this morning, the house next door, they're pretty much stripping the interior of the house right back to brick, and I'm damn sure that they're knocking out the chimneys. Because 9 a.m. this morning, I damn near jumped out of bed because I thought bricks were falling on me. Because they were in the room, like directly above my bed head,
Yeah.
knocking out the chimney breast because it's a terraced house. So the sound of the bricks being smashed out and falling down were right above my head. Yeah, so I had a really good poo this morning.
As long as it doesn't affect your chimneys and send stuff down to your place.
I don't know. I had that weird, when someone's knocking bricks out that have been there for years, and you get that kind of dust smell of mortar that's been turned to dust.
Mm-hmm.
I had that smell in my living room, which is kind of weird since I haven't actually had a proper sense of smell since I got the COVID. The COVID vaccination, the first one. But I definitely had the smell of, like old mortar and dust.
No, I get it. Max is asking how long I'm on for. Only until probably, well, to be fair, after the decals are done, I don't think I'll be on much longer. And I've just finished painting the stripes. I've got a little bit of red to sort of touch up on it, but that's about it.
Ooh.
Not like that, Dan.
I didn't even say anything.
You didn't have to. You went, ooh.
Oh, God.
No, you too well. Jesus Christ, my Discord's going crazy. Getting loads of notifications. Right, that'll be enough red. Because it's just...
For some reason, Marcus seems to have a similar opinion. I just make an innocent noise, and he's like, shut the fuck up, down, you pervert. And it's like, what did you even... Oh. My reputation has been ruined by other people's dirty minds, I think.
No.
I actually said that with a straight face. Well, more or less straight. It were a bit wonky on the left side. Might have been a stroke. I don't know. Stroke. And I'm back. So, you know how you're really, really concentrating to get those lines straight? How much trouble would I be in if I snuck up behind you and went, boo?
Put it this way, you wouldn't be able to piss straight.
Sounds like most mornings, really. I think I've been kicked in knackers one too many times.
And to be fair, I've finished the lines and just neatening them up a little bit. I've accidentally gone over.
I'm looking at the length of your clothes that are impressively gold-plated,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm wondering, do I dare to wait till you're finished and go, Mr. Spot, and not get my eyes, like clawed out like some kind of hawk just came down and... Sorry, I can do with blind. Mr. Start.
Go fuck yourself, Dan.
Probably will. Got the door door. Oh, shit. Did I say that out loud? Oopsie.
Oh dear.
Let's have a look. Hang on. Marcus saying innocent. Lol. Baby cakes go. Revo's back. Joe saying finished painting my F6 F3 Hellcat last night. Set it up in front of a fan to dry quicker. Found it this morning on the floor. Wings, tail, propeller, and landing gear all over the floor. Very sad. Still give me a hair dryer whilst you're still building. Just paint a bit, use the hair dryer, paint another bit, use the hair dryer, because I think brush paints anyway, so Boo kicks it. Oops. Joe says, I know Adam is laughing too, mean old man. Joe says, Tiff, that looks great. And Adam says, old? Adam's not old, he's younger than me.
I once tried that.
You're only 21.
Where you use a hairdryer to speed up the drying of paint.
Yeah, I do it occasionally.
Yeah, the only problem was in the part where I bought the hairdryer from a shop. Have you seen my head lately?
Right, who says you weren't buying it for a girlfriend or a family member or something?
Well, I could have said that. I should have said that, but I told her I would dry my pubes. Oops.
Of course you did.
Yeah. Where were you when I was buying a hairdryer? You could have saved me a whole lot of hassle with that security guard. In my defence, I think it was kind of rude of her to give me a funny look for buying a hairdryer. You know,
Yeah.
I think she had it coming when I gave her some jip.
It sounded like you said joke. Did I say that out loud?
No, you just imagined it and we all heard it.
I'm still waiting for the gallery kit from come by Every.
Still.
Right, yeah. Trouble with the Every site, it's very difficult to find an email so you can bring them to write to them to ask. There's no code with Avery for.
Yeah. To be fair, I opened up my. To be fair, I think it was a packing issue with Galeri. I opened up my auto paints, and the cleaner, the bottle's only half full. It's been running down the side of the bottle. So I had a look, took the lid off. The seal wasn't on there properly on the inside of the bottle, on the inside of the lid.
Right.
So
That the case came this week, the other one, and the case of the things that are in half the bottles were spilled over, and I think the retarder cap was slightly loose. I think might just lost a sort of half a teaspoon of that. But the other boxes were just thrown into a bigger box with it, so I was still tumbling all over the place. It should
mine was in a bag.
I thought the easier thing was to put it into a bag to seal it up, so it stopped throwing all over the place and be rust in one place. So yes, I'm getting a little iffy. I thought don't get anything out there, so killing Victor. I think cancel this because I haven't received it.
Let's have a look. Doug says, Dan, girlfriend? Yeah, right. Revo says, Dan, what the fuck are you doing with a hairdryer?
Drying my pubes, obviously.
PC is in. He says, evening, fellow modelers. Hello, Paul. Welcome in.
Oh, Paul.
Everyone's just saying hello. Yeah. Okay, so that is the gold line's done.
Very nice.
On one side, and then I don't want to do that on the other.
That brings it out quite nicely.
Yeah. So now it's just the decals, and I think I am going to use the Citroen C4 with the that it was made on. I also have a tiny little decal here to go on the front.
Considering how sharp your nails look, why do you need a hobbycraft knife?
Because my nails aren't sharp enough to go through stuff like this. Despite their appearances, they are actually quite blunt.
So am I sometimes, but
Well,
I think it'd be bloody cool though if you could actually manage, use your fingernails instead. That'd be, Wolverine style. What we've got, Lady Deathstroke. You seen her from X-Men 2 where she had the extendable fingernails?
not really. It's been a long time since I've watched.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I am a nerd and I am drunk and
And I've never guessed.
you'd never have guessed that I'm a nerd. Oh wow, that's impressive. I keep it tightly under wraps, you know.
Just being sarcastic, Dan.
Oh shit.
Right, let's have a look. Joe says, Dan's correct. You leave them and you will smell like a Bigfoot if you leave them wet. So, okay. Matthew Ward says, gotta go folks, night. All see you later. Bye,
Thank you,
Matthew.
Matthew.
Thank you for joining us. Yep, the MP would just say bye to Matthew. Okay. So, decal time. You don't need too much water, just enough to soak them. No, I've never used Hella decals before, so I don't know how they're gonna react. And I don't like to keep them in the water. Just so that's lifting off already,
Oh, good.
and I only dunked it. Well,
Then you were the easier how to get off.
yeah. Microset. Brushes. There we go. So these ones go on the doors. Basically, right off that paper.
Hmm.
I do have a cotton bud. I will have to sort of go around and mask this up eventually and gloss coat it. But for now, it's doing okay. And then the other one, because in this, I have the diorama kit as well that Bob so very kindly bought me. That Splendid hotel car is going to be black and gold. So I think that'll be quite nice.
No chance to reveal.
No, I'll get to chat in a second. Hang on. Let me just put that up and butter.
I'm seriously impressed how chilled out you're putting on decals, because they drive me crackers. I'll be effing and jeffing in 3 seconds flat.
Nah. Like I said, these are coming off really off the paper really easily and really nicely. And they're quite thin as well, they're not thick. So you can't actually tell, well, not very well, that there is actually a decal on the model. It looks like it's been painted on.
Ooh.
Put that there and leave that for a second. Revo says it's okay, Tiff, you might pass out soon.
I don't pass out, I'll level up.
Darren says we can hope, Revo.
As I said, no chance.
Joe is saying, so maybe glue doesn't work well on primer. Is that why it fell apart? I'm sanding off the primer now, then glue them again. Doug says, please, Lord. Adam is saying, what glue did you use, Joe? Normal plastic cement will struggle to bite through the primer to the plastic layer. Yeah, so normally, sort of like contact points, you don't put any paint or primer on them. You leave them as best as you can. If you get paint, if there is paint on it, you just give it a bit of a scrape off with the back of a craft knife. Doug is saying new Helle is phenomenal quality all around, it seems. Yeah, definitely. I cannot fault this, especially this kit, at all. This is just the... I'm going to have to put something under that so I can have it at an angle like that. I mean, this was literally dunked about 2 minutes ago in the decal, in the water, and it's literally already lifting off the paper.
You can hear me. It would be nice if I could have these so the tracks can move and I can move it along, but I think these are just come straight back off again.
Yeah. Yeah, this one was a little bit big. I needed to trim off some of this excess.
Just wondering, do you have any little dudes to go with? Like with your van thing?
Taxi, no.
No chauffeur, no.
Don't have anything like that.
Because I mean, not trying to criticise, because I think the work you've done is awesome. I just think, a few little people standing around or near.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get some for, because like I said, I've got the diorama, the Hella Splendid Hotel diorama kit as well,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes with another one of these, a little, I think it's like a trefoil card, and the hotel front. So
Cool.
that's kind of what I'd put, where I'd put people if I bought, like, when I get some. I'm gonna have a look at Mini Art and see what they've got.
Could also check on, websites that do STL files for 3D printing, because
Yeah,
they also have. I mean, I don't know if you've got a 3D printer to.
I do not know.
We can work around that. I've got 2 3D printers. So and you got my email address. So if you spot something,
I'll have a look. Because it may eventually be cheaper just to buy the STL file. Obviously, I'd pay you for the resin and stuff like that. But
you don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I've got plenty of resin and whatever. If you spot something that you want 3D printing, just sort of email me the STL file once you've purchased it, and we can sort them out.
yeah, I mean, there's a few free ones I've seen as well, so I might have a look. Let's have a look. Joe says, yes, I use the regular glue for plastic. Darren is saying, you're not wrong, Doug. Doug says, Darren the Hawkeye was nearly perfect. Darren says, only nearly? What did we do wrong? Joe says, it's okay, I'm working on it again. It feels like I'm working on a new kit. I will take it as a good learning experience. Definitely. Doug is saying, there's a couple of fit issues, minor, also minimal room for nose weight. Yeah. Darren says the main thing is you enjoyed it, Doug. Doug says I made it with folded wings, so the center of gravity was shifted to the rear. Yeah. Joe's saying, Tiffany, you have Mr. Markey on your live panel. How much did it cost to get Dan on? Is it true Revo and Adam paid extra bucks to have him on? Wow. Dan is here of his own free will.
Yeah, except that Revo really wanted me on camera because I said the loveliest of things to him. See, and if Revo doesn't dispute it within the next 30 seconds, then it's totally true. I'm now counting the number of seconds.
I'll get back to chat in a second. I just need to get this final decal on. Cocktail stick. Does it? Yeah, Q-tip. Make sure it doesn't move.
Yes, I think so much.
Get rid of that extra. And that is her done. So I'll just pop myself on the big screen. I'll get through chat first, actually. Doug says it was a blast, Darren. I can't wait to show it. Revo says, no, Joe, he was here before me. Darren says, glad to hear that, Doug. Looking forward to it. Revo says, it's not true. Doug says, thanks, Darren. And Danny said it only came first because you did that sexy thing with your mouth, Revo. Jesus Christ. Right. The Splendid Hotel is finished.
Add a varnished on top to.
Yeah, I'll do that separate. I need to wait for the decals to dry, and there's no point me doing another full 2-hour live stream.
No, I was just thinking afterwards. I was thinking.
Yeah, I'll just mask off the windows, and let the doors and stuff for where they're open. But yes, that is it done. Yes, I know that wheel is a bit skewy, but it broke, so I had to glue it back on, and it didn't dry straight. Just get rid of that comment. So yeah, that is complete. And my little painted lines and everything.
I'd say having a
Very nice.
having a wheel that's slightly knocked out of place, it adds a bit of character to it. You know, kind of like
It's just
it's hit gone down road, hit a pothole.
yeah.
You know, it adds that little bit of a story to. You know, it's been driving down road, hit a pothole, and slightly got its bits knocked out of kilter.
Yeah. So yeah, that is all finished. With a little on the back there as well. Oh, I've got a bit of cream paint up there. Hang on. I've just noticed that. Thankfully, I do still have some red paint in it. Oh. Okay, it's dried out. It's a problem with the heat.
I like that patchy thing that's going on with, you know, with.
Yeah, so it's a wooden slats, because obviously that's where people would put their luggage on the top there. They'd be strapped down.
Yeah. The patchy thing, it adds in that sort of. It's rained a few times on roof. Maybe there's a bit of, you know, wood rot or, you know,
Yeah.
water that's settled into there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that era of car didn't have a very high top speed that'd get rid
No,
of.
I don't think it did. Shoot. No, I don't think it did. But yeah. Get myself up big screen. Darren says, well done, Tiff. Fantastic build. Thank you. Revo says, congratulations, Tiff. At least you can finish your model. Oh, sorry, Marcus. Joe says, yes, Tiff, it looks really good. Thank you, guys. And funny enough, we are only 5 minutes before the end of the stream.
Most time nicely. Oh,
I know. Very nicely timed. So, on that note, I might as well finish now. Obviously, you guys already know that this is going to be my next kit.
That Marcus really wants.
So the metal model kit is a Titan. So it's my first one, first ever metal model kit. So we'll see if I can do better than Marcus. But there will be a sort of like an inbox look at this. I'm also going to do a video of the progress pictures of this one, with obviously the picture and stuff like that, coming up in the next week. So I want to get this filmed before I actually build it, obviously. So yeah. Darren says I shouldn't be too hard. No. So what have you managed to get done, David?
Well, I got the main hull and the turret done, and I'm starting putting the wheels on as well now.
Nice.
I got enough. It fitted nicely, really. power part. So, yeah, I was trying to work out which gun I was supposed to use because I got two guns with this kit, so like an earlier one and later one. So
Yeah.
just stick with the first. See how it goes from there.
Yeah. Now how do you get on, Dan? Sorry.
I've managed to have several whiskies, multiple fags, teased the shit out of both Marcus and Revo. Bonus points for that. Otherwise, I've done bugger all.
No worries. Doug says that's out of my skill at level Tiffany. And Adam says, I have 2 guns in my kit. I'm going to do the big one. Yeah, we'll have to remember to update pictures in, Adam, in the Discord. Obviously on your Facebook page, your Instagram and stuff. Joe says, that's a nice little tank too, Mr. Markey. Chug the other one, Dan. So yeah. Thank you for joining me on the journey of building this splendid hotel, Citron C4. It has been extremely fun. Thank you for everyone for joining me in the chat. Thank you to David and Dan for joining me on the panel. This is Cheese Tip. Take care all. Yeah, I will see you Friday, where I'll be building a bit more of the Jag. And then Sunday for the new build. But take care, everyone, and I will see you around. Bye.
Bye, folks.